let's take a look at a timeline of significant events that has brought the Tulsa Port of Catoosa where it is today. First, when the McClellan-Kerr Arkansas River Navigation System, or MCARNS, was constructed at a cost of $1.2 billion. It was the largest civil works project ever undertaken by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. During the mid-1920s, cities, towns, and farmland in Arkansas were heavily damaged by a series of floods, and Oklahoma was devastated by the drought of the 1930s, better known as the Dust Bowl. These events were, in turn, followed by the flood of 1943 that caused the area between the cities of Fort Gibson and Muskogee, Oklahoma, to be under 15 feet of water. This latter event prompted Oklahoma Governor Robert S. Kerr, who would later be elected to the United States Senate, to join with United States Senator John McClellan of Arkansas. These men led a multi-state effort, which included Arkansas, Colorado, Kansas, and Oklahoma, with the goal of convincing the United States Congress to authorize a project to help prevent future flooding. The result was the passage of the Rivers and Harbors Act of 1946, which allowed for the construction of a multi-purpose waterway from the Mississippi River to a location just east of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Officially named the McClellan-Kerr Arkansas River Navigation System on January 5, 1971, by an act of Congress, PL 91-649, this multi-purpose waterway was to provide hydropower, recreation, flood control, wildlife conservation, municipal water, and navigation benefits. Dedicated on June 5, 1971 by President Richard M. Nixon at the Tulsa Port of Catoosa, the MCARNS was initially authorized with a 9-foot navigation channel along the Arkansas River to Muskogee and along the Verdigris River to the head of navigation immediately east of Tulsa in Rogers County, Oklahoma. The route was based in part on a 1943 plan by the Arkansas River Survey Board of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Congress later increased the authorized depth for navigation to 12 feet. Since the demise of steamboat traffic in the late 19th century, various groups had tried to revitalize navigation on the Arkansas River. One of the most influential was the Arkansas Basin Development Association, formed in 1943 and based in Tulsa. This group represented all of the states within the Arkansas River Basin. Local proponents for the MCARNS project were Newt Graham, a Tulsa civic leader, and Don McBride, an engineer and head of the Oklahoma Planning and Resources Board. Congress did not allocate funding for the multifaceted project until 1956, initiating construction on the Eufaula and Keystone dams in the Sooner State. Senator Robert S. Kerr and Arkansas Senator John L. McClellan continued to shepherd the project through years of development, ultimately compelling Congress to officially name the system after them. In 1959, the Oklahoma legislature passed a law authorizing political subdivisions to create port authorities which would have broad powers to develop, operate, and expand ports. In August 1967, citizens of the city of Tulsa and Rogers County took advantage of this law and approved $21.2 million in general obligation bonds to acquire 2,000 acres of land in Rogers County for construction and development of the Tulsa Port of Catoosa. Today, the Tulsa Port of Catoosa, that has since been expanded to 2,500 acres, features public and private terminals that handle grain, dry bulk, liquid bulk, and break bulk cargoes, together with a large number of metal fabrication and manufacturing facilities. Customers now ship more than 2.5 million tons of cargo per year by barge, transferred to and from truck and rail. Located at the head of the MCARNS, the Tulsa Port of Catoosa is divided into a 500-acre terminal area that is reserved for companies which require a waterfront site, like a liquid tank farm or dry bulk or grain elevator facility. The balance of the land is used by various manufacturing, industrial, and distribution facilities which benefit by being located near the waterway. Currently, there are nearly 70 companies within the port's industrial park, employing more than 4,000 people. Tulsa is proud of the history of the MCARNS development and of the long-term economic impact that the Tulsa Port of Catoosa continues to create in the region, state, and nation. Now the future looks bright as continued planning and development is made to use and enhance the waterway for decades to come.